Hey Guardians, this is Wealthy Beards here with another Destiny 2 video. So we all know that Destiny 2, the shooter, is going to come out on PC and on consoles. So I want to talk about the 10 reasons why I think playing it on PC is going to be better than the console. So a lot of people already know that PlayStation, Xbox get a lot of attention from the gaming community as far as tournaments and people buying consoles just for games, where PCs, usually when people think of a computer, they use it for work, sometimes personal, but as far as gaming, feels like the gaming community for a game like Destiny, it's also going to be on consoles, isn't going to be that big. So I want to talk about the benefits of using PCs rather than using consoles. So some of the reasons the PC is better is because you can upgrade the components. If you see something that you feel like it's lacking, you can upgrade it and get a faster processor, more memory. You can upgrade your video cards, you can get a bigger screen, and it just changes the overall gameplay. You can change the sound card, you can then trade in the PC or even build your own. You can't build your own console, but you can still build your own PC. So that's pretty much the first reason. On the other hand, console gamers are stuck with what they have. You can't exchange parts. You can get new controllers, but you can't make the processing or the console faster. You can't make the games look better unless you upgrade. For example, PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, Xbox One S. But at what cost? When you have these options, but you don't have them in the basic option, it's not in reach for everyone. Whereas a gaming PC, you build it once, and then the games continue to be good. You don't have to keep changing, but you can if you'd like. So the thing is, if the consoles can't be upgraded just by buying parts, you have to actually trade in for a completely new console. It makes them obsolete. That means that the PC gaming is always going to be ahead in terms of graphics and processing power. So when PCs and Xboxes have this difference in graphics and components, it makes it a lot easier for PC gaming to have better graphics. Video games on the Xbox One and the PS4 look really good, much better than the Xbox 360 and the PS3. But that's only because Microsoft and Sony have much newer and more powerful components than the consoles that came before. But the components can be only so good. Otherwise, the consoles become too expensive for the average gamer. When Sony announces $500 price for the PS3, people in the audience gasped. So there's a limit to what the consoles can do because of the prices. Of course, if you depend on how powerful the PC is, but you don't need a $3,000 gaming rig, then a $400 computer can easily outperform an Xbox One or a PS4. In short, PC gaming is cheaper, and that's not even getting into the other ways you get a better value with a PC. While console platforms are catching up, PC gaming platforms like Steam and Origin are much quicker to offer sales and discounts than their console counterparts. For example, if you go on Tomb Raider and you're trying to find it for a better version and a better price, on Steam you'll find it for $19.99, while the Xbox Live Store offers it for $29.99. The ability to run a full desktop operating system also makes PCs more versatile than a console. For example, you can do some work using Microsoft Office on a PC, and you can run other software as well that's not available on consoles. So PCs do offer more value than consoles in that respect. What else is there? Well, PC gamers also prefer PCs over consoles because their friends are also using PCs, which lets them play online multiplayer games together. There are relatively few cross-platform multiplayer games where PC and console players can play together. I'm still not sure if Destiny 2 is going to be one of them. I haven't found anything from Bungie saying that. We know it's going to be on the PC, but as far as me getting on my Xbox and playing with people that are on PC, we don't know if that's going to happen yet. Others like it for the mods. You can easily mod PC games, create custom games, change everything about the game. We've seen the mods people do on GTA 5 with the zombies or whatever it may be. You can't do that on consoles. Even if you do, then you can't get online. You can't share it with other people because it's illegal on the consoles. Some other options that we have are, for example, when it comes to PC gamers, there are certain controllers that they use. For example, if you play Call of Duty, you can use a keyboard and a mouse. You don't have to use a controller. So one of the other things I feel like is going on is that console exclusives are pretty much over. If you can pop open Steam and play Street Fighter V, Rise of the Tomb Raider, No Man's Sky, etc., etc., even Tekken 7 running on 4K on a PC, the only ones that are fighting for exclusivity are the Xbox One or the PS4, because some of the games are marketed as console exclusives, but they either go on PC or they don't, because both Microsoft and Sony seem to consider PC as neutral territory. Sony's a little bit more cautious though. For example, Uncharted 4 hasn't come out on PC yet, but they're saying that Sony is actually changing it up, offering PlayStation Now, which is a subscription service for PC. Microsoft's gone a bit further in the wholesale because it's both involved with the Xbox and Windows 10, creating the Xbox Play Anywhere program. Nearly every Xbox exclusive is coming to Windows 10 day and date nowadays, including Gears of War 4, ReCore, Quantum Break, Forza Horizon 3, and many more. The only Xbox series we haven't heard plans for yet is Halo. Point being, buying a PC rarely means missing out on a console games these days. Sure, you won't be able to play a handful of first-party titles on Sony's end, but everything else makes it over in better condition than the console versions. PC exclusives aren't. Maybe you have a friend who asserts that PC has no exclusive. We've all run into that person before, if not in person, at least on forums. It's a weird argument, and one that belays an ignorance about the PC as a platform. Maybe it's shorthand for the PC has no exclusives, comma, that I want to play. But there are far more PC-only games these days than console-only. The entire strategy genre, for one, with the exception of Halo Wars and a handful of less successful others, both turn-based and real-time strategy games, are mostly found on PC. There are a ton of them. It's not all plotting strategy games, though. There are hundreds of games each year that make a name for themselves on PC and never make it online to consoles. These span genres from shooting, Unreal Tournament, Quake Champions 2 RPGs, Tyranny, Mount, and Blade 2. Backwards compatibility is also something to take into consideration. Once you own a game on PC, you own it forever. Unless you're one of those people who preternaturally paranoid that Valve Steam will fold and take games down with it. But that's never going to happen. The PC gaming's heritage stretches back to something like 40 years at this point. Thanks to the enthusiasm of the PC community, most of the 40 years is immediately accessible to you. Text Adventures, the interactive fiction database, has you covered. Thanks, DOSBox. The more complicated environments of 15 or 20 years ago, again, there's GOG.com. So here's where I end my argument. You probably need a PC anyways. B all end argument. It's very easy to discuss the pricing of a gaming PC in a vacuum. There are good reasons to do so. Maybe you prefer laptops for your day-to-day computing. Maybe you get all your work done on a tablet. But for many people, a desktop computer is still a necessity, or at least a preference. People do photo or film or audio work or working on games of their own or typing for long hours every day, and they still need a PC to do that. Others simply like sitting at a desk and having a large screen and a meaty keyboard. In other words, there are ways to subsidize the cost of a gaming PC in your own head. Well, I need a desktop computer anyways to use Ableton and Word and Premiere, so why not tack on a $200 Radeon RX 480 and make it a gaming machine at the same time? A console? That's a one-use machine, especially in the age of the $35 Chromecast. There are so many ways to get Netflix, HBO Go, and the like onto your TV. You don't really need a console to do any of those things anymore. PC gaming still has issues it needs to overcome. Streaming to Twitch is overly convoluted for the layperson. Prepare to spend a bit of time on Google and Steam forums if a game breaks. Updating graphics and drivers, a hassle for sure. Even the sheer act of building a PC can be stressful at first. It's not for everyone, at least not yet. But PC gaming is miles more accessible than it was in the past. There are practically infinite resources on the internet for any question you might encounter, for any error code a game might spit back at you. Driver updates are done with the push of a button, and it takes far less time than any console firmware update. The PC is in a good spot, probably the best it's ever been, and getting better all the time. If you've watched Sony PlayStation's 4 Pro announcement with disappointment or bemusement, maybe it's time to think about moving to a more open platform. I feel like PCs are going to change the way Destiny plays, especially if you can match up with people that are on consoles. Even if you can't, it's going to change a lot of what's going on with the PC and bring it more into the marketplace for all the other exclusives that are currently on Sony and on Microsoft. So this is my video. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the sub button as well. If you want to follow me on Twitter, find me at WealthyBeards. And if you're ever online on Xbox, you can add me as well. My name is WealthyBeards on Xbox. You might see a video coming up pretty soon about Evil Within. I've been trying to tackle that horror game really late at nights though. You can find me on Twitch trying to play it. I promise not to scream too loud. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you pretty soon on Destiny when it comes out. Till later, Guardians.